Hey up, there goes Bush mother. I got to do these things. I got to strike while the iron's hot. I've been inspired again, yet again, by Brian, Embryonic Robot, and his 7 genres response video was great. Um, I would take Aretha over what's her name any day. The only Joni Mitchell album I've got is The Hissing of Summer Lawns because I love J.K. Pastorius, the bass player on it. But then there was something you mentioned, Brian. You said you had photography is your thing, and you said you had like 25 cameras or something. And some people go, "Oh boy, that's over the top." Nah, I was in the photo industry for over 30 years and working in, for magazines and as a darkroom rat. I've never owned a camera. I was the only kid in primary school that wasn't in the camera club. I was in the chess club. But I ended up by a fluke, I ended up working uh, in the industry, and I actually learnt on the job by a good German teacher who was very strict with me, and I needed discipline at that time. And lots of famous people who are all dead now have my prints. Used to have their prints hanging on their walls. Bob Hope, Michael Jackson. There's a pile of them. Some kings and popes and all sorts of bloody things. But I I was into Super 8 movies, not into still photography. But I love to print um, good photographers' photos, finished photos, because a lot of the photographers I worked with and for weren't particularly good printers. They'd be a bit slap happy about it. I'm a bit OHDC, ADC, whatever the hell that is. When I get that tunnel vision, I fixate on something, I go and go and go, and I don't give up. I'm like a little fox terrier tearing a rat in my teeth. That's the one thing a little rat doesn't want. Actually, I look like a rat, not a fox terrier. Anyway, the only camera I have, this is about a World War One vintage Kodak. I can't read it. Kodak autographic brownie. It's probably the earliest one, I would say. It needs a good dusting, but I quite like the patina or patina or whatever of see all that. Amazing. I won't fold things in case they break. This used to, but it hasn't been used for so long, that the bellows would go in and out. It folds up and goes into a leather pouch. It sits inside that. I'm not going to open the back where you put the film. This was the most groundbreaking camera of all time, along with the one of the ones for the it doesn't matter. Yeah, so I think this is pre or around World War One vintage. My brother-in-law gave this to me many years ago. So I just had to mention that no, it's not unusual. A lot of the photographers I knew had heaps of cameras. People are into photography like these audiophiles, they're obsessed. Whatever the latest thing is, is it a Mamiya, is it whatever, they've got to have it. They've got to have it. And by God, what an expensive bloody hobby that is. People go, oh, why didn't you buy more records? Because records were bloody expensive when I was a young guy. I was I was on a young person's wages, which were rubbish. Clothes were very expensive in Australia, but they were built to last. That's something. It wasn't throwaway. But you just didn't have the cash to buy records. I mean, you had to really think hard when you bought a record. And so, that's never been an obsession of mine. I've got thousands of records and CDs, but that's like a lifetime's accumulation, you know. Anyway, I'm off track. Anyway, this was just for Brian basically, and yeah, I love printing. I was a darkroom rat, mate, and the only reason I'm not still doing it, my eyes are really good, is that this thing I'm talking on now, a laptop, these things just, you know, took destroy. I was a black and white printer. Eventually, I had to do colour, and I was not interested. Plus, the chemicals are so bloody harmful. No, I was a black and white printer while I was still. So I got a good 30 years out of it, 30 years plus, and I used to enjoy it. I used to love to manipulate, you know, things, and it's all done mechanically. No computers, you know. You used to get the old stocking out, you know, if someone like Johnny Farnham, famous Australian pop star, and Judith Durham of the Seekers. They both had shocking wrinkles in their 40s. I don't know, they must have spent so much time out in the sun. I don't know why, but they were hideously wrinkled. So I'd get a photo and I'd have to, you know, there are ways of doing softening it, you know, and I was a master of the old silk stocking, you know. You get a wire, shape it like a tennis racket, a small one, various sizes, and then you can use a stocking or even sometimes just a bit of paper. You know, I have a whole bunch of these tools, and you know, I'd be printing away, and you know, and I was very, very good at it, and I got a lot of satisfaction out of doing it. And so here I go again, 6:48. Let's go. It's seven. It'll be 7 minutes coming up now. Good on you, Brian. That was a great video, mate. You've inspired me yet again, and shall continue to do so, I hope. Bye now.